Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you perking good. So, little boy on the couch back here, so I wanted to do the video right here so that we could see Bodhi on the couch back here. I just wanted to do a brief check-in video here to follow up to my previous video that I did last week. I did a video that was the hardest video I've ever had to do, was to talk about the fact that my daddy passed away. So if you missed that video and you're up for watching it, there it is. I understand for those of you who feel like you can't watch it. I get it. I do. I tried to be as positive as I could in that, but, you know, talking about some heavy stuff. So I just wanted to check in with y'all. I know a lot of people have been sending messages and things being like, are you okay? I hope you're okay. And checking in, and that's very sweet of y'all. I am okay. A friend checked in, one of y'all, this morning and was saying something to the effect of, you know, right now, sometimes all you can hope for is to be okay. And that sometimes we're not going to be great, and at least we can be okay. And that's about where I am. I don't feel like I'm doing great, but I'm also not doing shit-tastic horrible either. I've had a lot of signs that have helped me along the way to kind of keep my head above water. So I want to talk about those today. I know that I talked some about signs in my previous video, like one about a red balloon. If you've seen the previous video, you know what I'm talking about there. From Daddy's transition team, as I was calling them, the light beings who were there to help him cross over. And so I did have that sign last time, but since then I've had more signs. And first of all, for people who are saying, oh, bless her heart, those are just, you know, the wishes and hopes of a grieving daughter, and it's not real. Well, if that is true, let me have my placebo moment. It brings me comfort, it brings me happiness. Let me have it if it ain't real. But given that you're watching a channel that's all about spirituality and tarot cards and angel messages and messages from spirit guides and things like that, given that you're watching that kind of a channel, you're probably open to believing that signs like this are real. And for me, working the kind of job that I do in this career, I almost feel foolish to not think that these things are real. I've seen and heard so many things like this every day from all kinds of people. I believe in these things. So this is just me and my personal belief, and I want to talk to you about them. Let me get on this couch so I can try to get comfortable here. Wait, let me lay down. Alrighty, we're gonna lay down here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna be nice and chill right now. So thank you, first of all, to everybody that has sent messages and things like that, y'all. I went through about 900 comments. 900. And I went through every damn one, and I tried to give y'all a little heart on all the comments so that you could see that I saw what you wrote and I acknowledged what you wrote and that I was grateful for what you wrote. So I wanted everybody to know that I saw what you wrote and I wanted everyone to feel acknowledged and to show my gratitude. So I wasn't able to write back to everybody. It's a lot of comments, but I wanted to make sure I acknowledged all of that for y'all. So thank you for that, really. It does help. It does bring comfort, and I appreciate all that. And if you're new here, just so you know, like I said a while ago, this channel's about psychic readings with tarot cards and channeled messages from my spirit guides or angels or things like that. There's a whole range of content in that, so not just zodiac reads or horoscopes or astrology or things like that, but sometimes covering politics, sometimes covering celebrities, sometimes covering YouTube drama, a whole host of different things, sometimes covering conspiracies and things of that nature, a lot of different stuff, true crime, a lot of different stuff. So if you're new here, you can check out my older videos and my playlists for things that have come true. I've been recently starting to do those. So if you're new here, hello. Usually that's what my videos are like. I'm just taking a little bit of a pause to do these kind of more personal videos here because I've had this personal stuff happen in my life. But it's not the usual, so no worries. I'm gonna pull out of this. So yeah, signs. That's one of the things that I was really wanting to talk to y'all about today, signs. So like I mentioned in my previous video, there was the red balloon. Since then, here's some signs that have happened. One of which being a friend who I've never met in person, but I've met online. They're an online friend. She sent me a message, which I'll show you in just a second here. And, or maybe I can put it over here. Maybe I can put it here. I don't know. Let me see if I can get fancy. She sent a message, and basically it said, here's a song for you to listen to, to help you feel better. Just felt led to send you this song. And the song was Go Rest High on the Mountain. And I wrote back to her that this was a major synchronicity to me, a sign to me, because when I was a kid growing up with my dad, anytime we had any kind of thing that was putting us in our feels, when we were in our feels, we'd listen to that song together. He had it on cassette tape. Y'all know, y'all people who are my age, y'all know the cassette tapes that you put in the cassette players. We had it on there. It was a Vince Gill cassette tape with the song Go Rest High on the Mountain on the tape. And we'd listen to that a lot. And so for her to have sent me that song when I hadn't thought about it in years, like I said, it's something that was big from my childhood, but I haven't thought about it as an adult for a long time. And she sent me that to bring comfort. And I was like, holy shit. This is a sign. This is a sign. This is what we would listen to when we were in our feels. And this is what we would listen to as it related to people's passing and things like that. And so I was like, oh my Lord, this is something. This is something. And it made me feel a lot better. It made me feel comforted. So that was one sign. To piggyback off of that sign, this next one was that I was listening to that song on YouTube. I had it pulled up on YouTube and I was listening to it. And as I was listening to it, I noticed, boop, on the top of my screen up there, a little notification popped up. And it was the little YouTube notification, like a video notification. I'm like, oh, I'm getting notified of a video upload. And usually if I get a video notification, it's somebody that I click the little bell to. And by the way, if you would like to subscribe and click the little bell, feel welcome right here. But I figured it was somebody that I had, subscribed to and clicked the bell. So I was like, oh, somebody must have dropped a new video. But when I pulled the notification down, it was not somebody I'm subscribed to. It was not somebody I even know. It was just a random video that YouTube had recommended to me. And that in and of itself had a synchronicity to it. So I was so like, what is this? That I screen recorded it and sent it to Alma, my twin sister. Y'all know her. Alma Redacted here on YouTube. I pulled it down and did a screen record of it to show her. So here's my screen record to her. It's raw, unedited, probably sounds horrible, whatever, but here's my screen recording to her, and then I'll tell you the significance of the video after you see it. So Alma, I just got done listening to Go Rest High on That Mountain again, remember? And then I was like, what is that notification up there that says the YouTube at the top? I pull it down, and it's called Defeated by Ice Cream. I don't know who this person is or what this video is about or why, but look, it has to do with ice cream after I just did this. Okay, so you see that. Defeated by ice cream. Here's the synchronicity in that. My dad's favorite food was ice cream. Favorite food. So much so that in his medical chart, from a while back when his primary care doctor was saying, hey, we need to take a look at your blood sugars. Your blood sugars are getting a little bit high and we want to make sure you don't get diabetes. So let's take a look at the blood sugars. Daddy must have talked to him about ice cream because in the medical chart it says patient admits to loving his ice cream or something like that in the medical chart. I went to try to find it so that I could show y'all a screenshot of his medical chart, of course with stuff blurred out, but to have that statement. But apparently when you pass away they make your medical chart go inactive and you can't get access to that information anymore, so I couldn't get the screenshot for you. But I figured, why do I need a receipt to prove this? If anybody thinks I'm lying about this, fuck them, right? Why did I lie about that? So no, in his medical chart it even says patient admits to liking his ice cream. Furthermore to that, ice cream was the only thing that I could get him to eat in the last 24 to 48 hours of his life. Ice cream was the last thing that I could get him to eat. Y'all even saw a video clip of that in my previous video of me feeding him ice cream and saying, proving to Alma that you're eating right now. And I was feeding him ice cream, the hospital rainbow sherbet, and that's all I could get him to eat. I was able to get him to eat 8 cups of it in that last 24, 48 hour period. 8 cups of it, but that's all I could get him to eat. And he's loved ice cream so much that we literally did bury him with an ice cream scoop in his hand. Partly because y'all saw from the last video and from the obit, I can't fucking talk. From the obit that Alma wrote for him, that was in the pinned comment on the last video, you could see his personality and that he was a bit of a jokester and that he tried to be funny and that he tried to, lift the room and always have a laugh and things like that. And so we thought he would love to be buried with an ice cream scoop in his hand, to have a little bit of personality, a little bit of a laugh, have his friends see him like that when at the funeral, and so they could get a little bit of lightness and a laugh out of it too. And we were able to, at the funeral, have a moment where people were sharing stories, friends and family stories, and we were getting to kind of have a moment of laughing and remembrance and having a good time over that. And so it was nice to have that little touch. But that's why ice cream is such a big deal. And for that video, I wasn't looking up videos on ice cream. I wasn't looking up videos on that YouTube creator. I don't know who that is. I wasn't looking up anything that video would have been recommended to me. It was completely random. And it was random, I feel, for this reason. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, let me shift and move again. I don't know how ridiculous it looks for me to be lying down like I think I'm taking a snoozle with y'all here. So let me get myself situated here. Let me see if I can hold the phone. Alrighty. I know this is rough. I'm telling you, usually my videos are more put together. I'm doing the best I can with what I got right now, okay? It has only been 1 week and 1 day since one of my favorite people in the world passed away, and so I think I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. So bear with me while I'm rough around the edges. But yeah, so then the last sign is this one. I'll show you a picture here. I got a picture from a friend that said, saw this and thought of you. You see what this picture is? It is another balloon, but this time, instead of just a free floating little balloon that somehow got lost in the wind, this is a hot air balloon. And my friend saw this, and this is, again, a friend that's an online friend. Have never met this person in real life, haven't had really deep conversations with them, but I think of them as a friend. And when they sent me this hot air balloon, they were like, made me think of you, and I just wanted to send it your way. I was like, oh my gosh, another freaking sign. Another freaking sign. Does this balloon not look like the moon pie logo to you? The moon pie moon and moon pie logo. Y'all southern folks out there know what I mean by the moon pies, right? Look at that. Once again, this is another thing from my childhood that I would have kind of not forgotten, but it's just in the back of your mind that it was a big thing from childhood that Daddy would always go to Sam's Club, and he would always buy treats and things in bulk. So we'd end up with a big bulk amount of cheese balls or a big bulk amount of moon pies or things like that. Just big bulk amounts of treats for whatever reason, more than our family could eat at a time. And we're like, Daddy, why are you getting all these bulk things? But he would do that. And so we ate moon pies to the point that I almost got sick and tired of moon pies, and so I didn't eat them for a while. That's why they kind of left my mind, is I didn't really eat them for a while because I ate them so much as a kid from him. And so I was like, you know what, there's another sign that's like something being brought back alive about him from childhood. The Go Rest High on That Mountain by Vince Gill with that cassette tape from childhood, and now the moon pie thing from childhood. So it's like all these things are getting brought up from childhood to come back as fortifying my memories of Daddy. And the reason why I feel like that's happening is because one of the things that I prayed was that I'm a very sensitive person, as we know, or else how would I be doing, psychic type of videos and stuff on here and channeling videos. I got an itch on my nose. Maybe it's Daddy. Maybe it's because we're talking about him. Either that or it's just dog hair because I need to vacuum. But yeah, it's like I prayed to them and I was saying, I'm a very sensitive person and I'm worried that my memories of Daddy are gonna be of the really hard, sad, scary, difficult things that happened right there at the end. All the traumatic shit. And it was traumatic. And so I was like, please, Lord, don't let that be what I remember. Don't let that be all I remember. I don't want to remember it that way, Try not to even think about it and talk about it right now so I won't start up with the waterworks again. And again, I have no shame crying in front of people or in front of people on videos. I think it's healthy to cry and let it out. I just find that I have a hard time speaking while I'm crying, and I want to be able to talk to make a video. I need to be able to do that. So that's the reason why I'm kind of hold back a bit of emotion, just to be able to speak clearly. But I prayed for that. And then here I am getting signs from people that wouldn't know this stuff, and they just are like, oh, this thought made me think of you, and they send it my way, and then it's a sign of something. And it's a sign of something from better times, from old memories that were forgotten that can be made new again. Bring fresh life and newness back into things. And I just really appreciate that. I really think that's beautiful, and I really like that. So those kinds of things have been really helping me. It's been making this process easier for me. Bringing a lot of comfort here. And I'm just hoping for the signs to continue. Anywho, I'm probably rambling by now. I just wanted to share these with y'all and to thank y'all for giving me the grace to have some time to get my shit together. I have started back with the private readings this week. So for anybody who's been hoping to have a private reading with me, my website and everything down below, BeasTalksAndTarot.com. You can schedule a private reading with me. I'm open for those again. And I am hoping to start posting some videos very soon. I know I usually post my monthly prediction videos, like the August prediction video is due. Usually I would have done that at the very end of July, but obviously I couldn't make that work with all of this. So it is going to be a late video. I apologize for that, but I'm thankful that y'all have been so accommodating and understanding, and you're not grilling me for it and not being like, bitch, where's that fucking video? You know, I appreciate that. Thank you. I just have to make sure I'm in a good headspace to do these things. When you're channeling energies, you got to have a high enough vibe to be able to connect with energies that are not as dense as this 3D plane with materialized 3D bodies. You know, these things that we channel, these beings are higher dimensional than that, and so you have to have a higher vibe. So I knew better than to try last week and earlier this week, because I wanted to give myself some time. But I'm doing the private readings again. I'm doing the Reiki energy healing again. All of that's on my website, and I hope to be able to do an August predictions video very soon. So it'll only be a week late. There'll still be 3 more weeks left of August. And yeah, I also think there's going to be a live stream at the end of next week, maybe on the weekend or something like that. I'll think about that. I know I had to cancel my last live stream because that was literally the day that my daddy had passed, 2 hours before the live stream was supposed to take place. So I had to cancel that. But I just wanted to check in and do a video, let people know that I'm on the struggle bus, but I'm okay. And I'm taking it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. I'm finding comfort in things. I'm finding silver linings in things. I'm finding things to be grateful for. And I'm finding ways to still feel connected to Daddy so that it won't hurt so much that I've lost him, because I've only lost him in one way of many ways. And I'm just hoping that maybe touching base here and sharing stories might be helpful to somebody else out there who is going through the same thing or has gone through the same thing, or maybe soon in the future might go through a similar thing. I'm just putting this out there as my own personal experience in case it might be able to be helpful. Or maybe for some people you're just worried about me and you're a very sweet and kind person, and it's just helpful for you to see me sitting here with a thumbs up saying I'm doing okay. And maybe that brings you a little bit of comfort. So, anywho, I'll shut up. I'll quit my ramblings. And I'll come at you with the next video being a quote-unquote real video. A back to normal video as best as I can. That's my hope anyway. So thank you for giving me some grace on that. And also here, I'm going to roll up a thank you to everybody who was kind enough to donate to help me out while I haven't, been able to work this past week. When you're doing a job like this, if you don't work, you don't get paid. You don't have sick leave. You don't have annual leave. You don't have insurance. You don't have benefits like that. You either are working and get paid, or you're not working and not getting paid. And so there were several of you that sent donations, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for people who have commented. I'm thankful for people who liked the video. I'm thankful for people who just sent up a thought or a prayer. I'm thankful for the donations, for everything. And there are people here that are like, I'm so sorry, all I could donate was $1, and please do not apologize for that. Please do not apologize for that. Just thinking that somebody thought about me in a way that they're like, I have a little bit of spare change and I'm going to give it to this person. Are you freaking kidding me? That's something. That's a lot of something, and I appreciate it. And so I'm just very grateful. I know I'm going on and on and on about it, but I don't want to go on and on about it to the point that it sounds disingenuous. But I think that y'all know me well enough to know by now. I just am grateful. And I just am blown away by the kindness and the thoughtfulness and the generosity. I mean, some of you, I even saw you sent cards, get well cards to Daddy in my P.O. box. And like, it's not even your dad. It's not even your family. And you would think to do that. Like, that's really touching to me. That's really sweet. I even had one of you send me a gift card to a grocery store that you knew was in my area to pay for groceries. Like, how am I not supposed to be, moved by that? Like, that's very touching. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional now even. Like, just thank you. Just thank you to everyone. Know that I mean it when I say thank you, and know that I mean it when I say love you mean it. And I'm just so speechless that I'm continuing to ramble and talk with meaningless words to try to get at how speechless I am. Does that make sense? Anybody else end up like this? Just me? So anyway, thank you to all of you. I'll put those initials up on the screen to respect people's privacy who did not want to, have their name out there, but just so you can see your initials and recognize that I'm acknowledging each and every gift and to say thank you. So, yeah. It's been a week, but I'm still kicking it. Alrighty, y'all. I hope to come back at you with another one. And until then, here's another little B-roll for y'all to take a peek at too. So anywho, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, love you, minute. Bye, love you, minute. Bye, y'all. You got a silly smile. You do. You have a silly smile. Got a silly smile. Yes, you do. Look at that goofy little smile. Yeah, it's a goofy little smile. Yeah, with a Bodie and all the Bodie furs that have leaked off onto your legs from scratching Bodie. y'all love your Grammy's loves. Grammy gives good lovins. Yeah, Grammy gives good lovins. Izzy got yourself stuck in a corner. There you go.